So let us have a look at another example. Okay. This is a popular example too. Transport path. We just talked about the East Australian current. There's another popular example. It's shown on the map here on the left. This is juvenile bluefin tuna. It's a very expensive, lucrative fish species. That's a key fish species. Okay, southern bluefin tuna. And the spawning grounds of this species is in Indonesian waters. Okay, see here, this is sort of Indonesian water region spawning grounds to the northwest of Australia. Okay, we know that the juvenile, the young fish, actually moves away and moves to the south and arrives in the eastern Great Australian Bight. And in this area, there's a feeding region. It actually feeds on sardines in this area and achieves a significant growth. 50% of the growth, total growth, is derived in this area. And then fish move to the west or to the east and stuff like this, okay? So now, how long does it take? So first of all, why? Okay, why? And you already know the answer. Hey, Lewin current. Okay, there's a Lewin current. And if you study the Lewin current in a little bit more detail, you also know that it actually turns, in particular over the winter month, it actually moves around the corner here into the Great Australian Bight. There's a direct connection of this flow into the current so that you can actually arrive with the right timing in this area. Okay, so this is one answer. The Lewin current actually makes this possible. You know, because if you're a little juvenile tuna, okay, you wouldn't take any route which would take 50 years to go from A to B. It would be silly to do that. Okay, so you need to do that. But how long does it take? Okay, so again, you know that 10 degrees latitude is 1,000 kilometers. You have to add another 1,000 kilometers around. So how long does it take to do that travel in a boundary curve? Okay, and we focus now on the next side. Okay, before I do that, I almost forgot there's another image on top of me. Indeed, these currents are also transport pathways for rubbish, plastics, floating stuff. And the floating stuff accumulates actually in regions where you have a convergence of currents, of surface currents. Because the floating stuff doesn't sink, it can become trapped in these convergence zones. It's a very, very fascinating stuff. It's the so-called giant garbage patches in different parts of the. So now let's come to the estimates. How long does it take?